Hi, good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening. It all depends on what time it is. Some of you know me, some of you don't. Um, I'm here today to talk about some things that have been bothering me over the last couple of days, and I've had a chance to think about it. I've let it set in pretty good, and I've had a chance to think about it. First and foremost, I want to talk about, well, really, this is the main thing I want to talk about. Uh, Racism. I want to talk about this Liam Neeson thing. And there's a reason why I want to talk about it. I want to talk about it first and foremost because let's be realistic. First of all, racism. Racism. The definition of racism. We all know what the definition of racism is. We really, really do. And the description of what Liam Neeson described, it's not racism, it's revenge, it's anger. Now, I know I'm going to get a lot of backlash from this, but for those of you that have common sense or a knack for the ability to listen before you start shooting off, just listen to what I have to say. You see, let me ask each of you something. If the shoe were on the other foot and one of your closest relatives or one of your closest friends were raped, and you got a description, whether it be your all black family, and say if you were raped by a black person. And I'm going to tell you something. I was brought up in an all black community, me being half Italian and half black. See, a lot of people forget that a lot of times in the black community, someone comes in and they scream rape. First thing, everybody's up and they're wanting to know what happened, when it happened, who it was done by. And I can tell you right now, it doesn't matter. We don't have to have a name. You just tell us what he looked like, what he had on. We're out in the streets faster than you can blink. And if we think we know who it is, yeah, we're patrolling the streets. And even if it wasn't him, guess what? He gets the business. Does that make it right? Is that prejudice? Is that racist? No, because he's black. Because he's black. But now, said white man does the same thing? Now it's a matter of race. Interesting. But now, same thing in the white community. White man rapes a white woman, that white family is going to want to get up and go find them. Same thing in Mexican household. And Mexicans are, hey man, I've seen some videos where, hey, Mexicans, they handle theirs in the worst way. Liam Neeson has done nothing more than what any other person would want to do for a friend or family member. And it just so happened that the person was black. That's all. Expletive. Because he said black bastard. Really? Did he say nigga? No, he didn't. And this was from 40 years ago, and he was explaining how he found his mark and role. But yet, we can have so many other things going on, but yet we find a pinnacle in, or a pivot inside Liam Neeson to want to, a focus inside Liam Neeson we want to hate for the simple fact because he's white. because he said black bastard. He was looking for someone. How many of us have been looking for someone? How many of us have gone out in the streets because of a loved one? You know, there is a such thing as reverse discrimination. I mean, how about that black female many years ago that said she was raped by black people? What was her name? Tawana something? She said she came home late the next day because she was raped by black men, lived in the projects. Her whole family went scouring, looking for these people. Come to find out she had lied. Or how about the white woman that drove her family, her children into the water, drowned them all, and blamed it on the black man? You see? But here, he had a friend who was raped. But we want to mark him because he's a public icon. He's an icon. See, we focus on the wrong things, people. We're focused on the wrong things. We really need to get it together. We need to focus on other things. We need to come together with other things. Stop focusing on these things that really don't matter. Oh, my brothers and sisters of the United States of America, we've got government shutdowns. We've got people on the streets. We've got a national deficit that's out of this world. We've got people out of jobs. We've got homeless vets. And we're worried because somebody said black bastard. I mean, because when you think about it, that's what it boils down to. So when is the racism going to stop? It's going to stop when we make it stop. When we stop finding people to focus that racism on. We all have some form of prejudice in us, whether it be a Hoover vacuum over a shark vacuum. But as to what degree? Liam Neeson did nothing wrong. But if we keep carrying this, there's not going to be nothing left. We got to stop being petty. Look into the human spirit and think about it. What would you have done? Or how many of you have already done something like that? Quite a few of us have. So before you start pointing a finger or start believing in these things that just you want to make exist, just stop.